we need to turn the camera. Oh yeah. So we're leaving my house. As you can see, leaving the house. Leaving the house. Ooh. And going out into the real world. Oh dear God. So, once I get my door locked. Trying to get my door locked. People, excuse the poor camera angle. Kind of suck at this, you know. Oh, we are walking. So I'm on my phone. So this may or may not work. You have to tell me what it looks like. Good morning, Gemma. We're going for a walk. And hopefully my battery, which is on 100%, won't die. Raven! Raven! So we're going for a walk. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious you can see we're going for a walk. I mean, do you need to have eyes to tell you? Oh, come on, camera. Starting to spit rain. What are the chances? So I have to try and keep Mr. Camera Lens dry. Although we're using my phone to film today because I need to get a new vlogging camera at some point. We need a new camera because my phone has decided it hates me. Or the other camera I had, and this one, the battery doesn't last too long, so, which is a shame. Anyone wants to buy me a new phone, go ahead. Or a vlogging camera, donate to the channel and I'll buy a new one. So for now, we're using my phone, which isn't the best, but yeah, we are gonna head off on a walk because I'm getting a bit claustrophobic being at home. I had yesterday off of work. I also had yesterday and today off of work, and then I am back on Sunday. But I just want to get out of the house. I don't know, ever since like the pandemic has all blown over, I just want to get out of the house sometimes for literally no reason. Like, I don't really have anywhere to go or anything to do, but I just want to get out of the house, if that makes sense. So it's a bit noisy, but what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna go to the train tracks or the old train trail, and we're gonna film it because I haven't done a walk in ages, but today's the day. Then I need to get out of my house before I go crazy. So we've left mine. This is the noisy road I live near, which is wonderful. And then we're gonna have to turn off and go down by some scaffolding building thing, which is always fun. Nice, I love railways. Yeah, it's a disused railway track that's been turned into like a walk to connect both sides of town. So although it looks like I'm going down this dark and dingy, creepy offshoot road, it's perfectly safe. I actually live round the back of it, so Tesco's is right there. When people ask how close do I live to Tesco's, about 30 seconds. Which is why you find most of my shopping comes from Tesco's. Although, on the other street further on is Waitrose. But I can't afford to shop at Waitrose. I don't know who could. Even Tesco's is expensive now, let alone go to Waitrose. I hope you can hear me alright. Unlike Eli, I don't have a dead squirrel to calm the noise. If you could share this out, Gemma, that would be amazing. I forgot to. I'm a terrible person and YouTuber. I always forget to share it out. But I'm going to have to walk this way anyway. So if people want to watch it, they want to watch it. If they don't, they don't. Now this road is all churny because of the work trucks from the scaffolding place. And these lovely gentlemen here make noise during the week from 6 a.m. and wake me up, which is great. Every day at 6 a.m. they wake me up, which is nice. Is it nice? No. You try waking up at 6 a.m. with the scaffolding, and then because I live behind a truck stop, I get all the trucks from 3 and 4 a.m. So some days my sleep is quite disturbed, but I have cheap rent, so does that make it better? Maybe. Maybe the cheap rent makes a difference, but to my health, sleeping is also important. I find sleeping beneficial. I don't know about anybody else. So we're going to go down this way, and it really does look like we are going into like nowhere. But I guarantee you it's perfectly safe. See, there's the scaffolding place. You sleep is essential. It is. So that's the scaffolding place that makes noise. And if you look over there, that tall bit there is my house. So my precinct, or if you want to call it little cul-de-sac, is right there, so you can literally hear it. Yeah, it's a bit noisy around here. Oh, thank you, doggies. So we are gonna walk this way. So you can walk that way, and that'll take you over a bridge. You walk that way, that'll take you to Tesco's and Waitrose. We're going to walk down here, which is kind of interesting. I don't know much of the history of this walk. If my ex was with me, he could tell you so much. It would be unbelievable. I also want to thank everybody that came to my Valentine's depressive stream and discussed my lonely, sad, pathetic love life. Maybe things won't be pathetic and sad and lonely forever. I've recently been talking to my ex. We've been hanging out more and chilling, and you never know, don't count anything out. Thank you to Katie, who, my little confidant, was willing me on to try and branch out to my ex and try and make amends and try and rectify things. And you never know, keeping positive might help. It wasn't depressive, you were upset, you lost a friend. Yeah, it was more the second half where I discussed my failed love life and how I wanted my ex back, and how my ex actually was coming over that night and he couldn't come over. So positivity. So my house is there, right there on the end. So you literally, well, you could walk down there in the summer. It's like a death trap. There is a bit that goes right out, and the scaffolding, as you can see, look, there's a bit of no man's land, and then it's the scaffolding. That's how close I am to the noise. Literal noise. But no, I think things with my ex are becoming more positive. I think we're working things out, and we've both said don't count out a reconciliation between the two of us. So keep your peepers peeled for that one. Good afternoon, Carl. Yeah, keep your peepers peeled for maybe a reconciliation, maybe in the next couple of months, 6 months, year, who knows. I'm not counting anything out because I still love him, and he still has feelings for me in a way. He's told me this himself. So you never know. Keep that little Cupid bow alive for me. because I'd love it. But we'll see. So this is the train track used to run right down the middle. As you can see, the trees either side, the train track was right down the middle. And unfortunately, they took it up. I love being single. I don't. I liked being with my ex. 13 years together meant a lot to me. So yeah, what we're doing, yeah, it was a double track, and it ran from here all the way to King's Lynn, and then it ran from King's Lynn all the way to was it Norwich it ran to, I think. I'd have to ask my ex about more details about that, to be exact. But the actual train track used to run here, and it was taken out, I believe it was in the 60s. They didn't keep it in for too long. Mr. Beecham, if you know who Mr. Beecham is, Mr. Beecham was a right bastard. Language. So, what was I saying? Yeah, Mr. Beecham took the train line out because it wasn't highly used, which in fairness, back then in the day, people were wary of steam trains because they had a tendency to have their boilers explode, come off the tracks. He was trying to promote not eco-friendly, but trying to promote clean living by getting rid of the use of using coal, because coal is obviously bad for the environment in a state used in a train. But I mean, I love trains. We've been up and down the country on different trains all over. But it was a beautiful train track, with the sidings, with the sides up and everything. And in the summer, it would have been lovely coming through here. So here we come to the bridge that goes across, and you can actually walk across the bridge. That bridge goes round there, and it becomes the other way in that goes that way, where I said that you went over a bridge. This is the bridge. So this is the bridge you come across. And as you can see, it was a glorified structure back then. It was a beautiful structure, and me and my boys and my ex used to walk this, I don't know, every other weekend. We used to walk it constantly, because it is a nice walk. You can go right the way to the end. You actually go over another bridge as well, as long as it's open. They were doing some maintenance to it. But as you can see, I'm walking in the rain now for you guys. Give it a like, will you? It's a beautiful structure. And see, look, you've even got one of these down the side here, look. Even got one of the signals still left. How cool is that? So there are still remnants of having the actual train track here. If you knew enough about this line, like my ex did, sorry to keep referring to him, but he was the one that introduced me to this. And he went through all the history and everything of this. And then I ended up living behind it. Who knew? But there are remnants, if you look close enough, in the edges that he would spot that said there was a train track here. I mean, how crazy is that? He can spot train track stuff from a mile away. He's a fountain of knowledge when it comes to train lines. But listen to those birds. You can hear the birds, but you can also hear that noise. I don't know if the cars can be heard. That is the main road to King's Lynn. Yes, it is a noisy road. I can hear it from my house as well. And that's the main road to Lynn. And then it's the main road going through and carrying on to Norwich. So it's a well-used road. But as you can see, along here, everything is just left to its own devices. Trees have broken and they just stay there. And it creates this whole little ecosystem around here for the birds. You even get moles around here. We've seen little moles in the side before. We've seen rabbits down here, squirrels. Not a huge amount else. A lot of people use this as the connection between one side of the town and the other. Bikers use it. You get the occasional horse come down here. That's always a sight to see, the occasional horse coming down here. But it's nice. It's nice. This is Rambles with Raven. I haven't done a walking stream in like, Jesus, can't even remember the last time I did a walking stream, because I did so many during COVID. I kind of burnt myself out with walks. I call this the love arch over here, when me and my partner used to walk down here. Okay, very cliche. We used to kiss underneath it for luck. Why, I don't know. But we saw it as a kissing arch. Good morning, Jessie. We called it a kissing arch. There's also some gates in town in a cemetery, and we called them the kissing gates, and it's where you have a gate, but it has a bit in between where only one person can get through. And we used to kiss in the middle over the top of it, and we thought it would bring us luck on never dying. It's just little old wives' tales. We're sad people, really. But it was cute. Me and my ex thought it was cute. Good morning, Jessie. That railway here is a different track gauge. Yeah, this is, oh, my partner would hate me for not knowing what gauge this is. But this is just like a standard train gauge. We don't have the bigger trains like you do in America, like the Amtraks and all that, or the big German ones. We just have what you call bog standard train gauge. I don't know what the gauges are. If I had my partner here right now, he could give you like the entire spiel of it. But instead you've got me. And I know little to nothing. So I'm sorry. We're 5'3" in Ireland. Good morning to you as well, Raven. Well, thank you, Jessie, for popping in. We are doing Rambles with Raven. I know, I haven't done this in about, oh, I don't know, 18 months, maybe 2 years since the pandemic finished, because I walked so much during the pandemic, it kind of gets boring. And this track has a homeless guy that lives under the bridge I've just been under, and it creeps me out. He's a bit of a weird guy. Everyone in town knows he sleeps under them. We all kind of know him. It still doesn't make it feel any better walking down here. But I thought I'd bite the bullet today. Unfortunately, it is spitting with rain. But it is a beautiful scene. Usually, during the spring, this would obviously be covered in like flowers. So what I will do is when springtime comes, I'll bring you back here again, and you can see all the springness. Because you get all the flowers and everything looks all bloomy. See, look. See this? Look. It's that train marker, 1414. So there are still remnants of the trains being here. I wish there was more. They keep talking about putting this track back in, but I highly doubt they're going to. You do get the train that goes from King's Lynn to Norwich. Milepost, yeah, 1414. So we still have them. We still have a milepost. Then we have the signalling down the bottom for going under the bridge. Then we have the bridge. So we have little bits. Like I said, if my ex was here, he would have shown you a lot more, because he would have noticed stuff that stuck out more. Me, I know the bridge, the signalling bit, and I know the milestone post. But that's about it. There is another bridge. I don't know if you can see it down here. There is another bridge coming up, which I'm also going to show you. And then there's a bridge further on as well. This is a live stream until my battery dies. So I have 84% battery. And we're going to try and live stream until it dies. You'll just have to let me know if the signal goes. I'm using my data to do this. It's nice and rainy. If anyone wants to donate for the fact I'm walking in the rain, that'd be amazing. Show appreciation for Raven being in the rain. So we're coming down to another bridge, and I do have my gloves if my hands get cold, so don't worry, boys and girls, I am prepared. I also have a chocolate bar in my bag. I also have a chocolate bar. I'll show you my emergency chocolate bar if I start to flag. It's this. Emergency chocolate bar. Caramac. That's in case I start flagging while walking. I get a little bit of sugar into me, and like Superman with his kryptonite, I'm like perked up. I know Superman doesn't like kryptonite. I couldn't think of anything. So you'll have to excuse the fact that my camera and my phone are going to get wet. Flask of tea. Very British. Very British. Flask of tea. It's what I should have me, isn't it? Should have a flask of tea on me. I should be more British. So as we are walking along, here is the new updated bridge. So they recently did some bits to stop people getting down the side. So let me show you what I mean. So people were climbing down the side. I don't know how they were doing it. Maybe they were like, you know, they'd come round here and then they'd get down and then they'd walk round, or they'd walk underneath the bridge and go over the other side. Because you can effectively get up this side, because you go down there and you can actually walk up here and you can walk down. So they put these gates, which as you can see worked really well, because someone's already took it off. So you reckon you can already get down there. Look, you can already get down there, and as you can see, they've done quite a lot to it, because this, as you can see, is wooden, and you got the original track over there, the original part of the thing over there. Can you see the little bit there? That was all original, and now they've put these wooden slats in. And then these honking great metal bars were to stop people messing around for fear of someone falling, because everyone nowadays is an idiot. Let's be honest. So the bars go right the way around. I mean, you still can get down there. It is still possible. You know, if you truly wanted to get down there, you know, it is possible to find your way to come around this side, to go down there and to climb down. They've done all of this, and really that's not stopping people getting down there. There's still ways, even with this, people can still get underneath, because they've left it pretty much open, because you can't close it off entirely. But here, as you can see, this would have been another train line running underneath it. So let's carry on, and I'll go down to the other bridge as well. You're all good. Good. Yeah, let me know if the signal breaks up. Now, as we carry on down, on the left-hand side is a caravan park, and this is an adults-only one. So we're going to try and avoid the adults-only caravan park and just walk straight past it. This used to be more fenced off, but they've opened it up and they've planted all these little shrubs, I guess, to try and create more of a natural environment. As you can see, that's the main road there that goes down, and that's where all the cars are making noise. But people are still allowed down here. It's a public footpath. It's just that obviously during the summer, you obviously have all the camper dudes hanging around, which is great. But we're going to carry on walking down. And as you can hear the road now, it's a lot more noisier. But there are different routes to walk around Swaffham. I've done quite a few of them. There's another walk that goes that way, and it goes into the fields and into the bushes and stuff like that, and it's more like an open walk. You go past a water tower, then you go into some fields and bits like that. I mean, there are little branches off, like this bit. You walk down here, you walk down the side, and it goes right to the main road. Or you can walk this way, past the electric, and you can walk this way, and this way takes you to another one of the bridges. And as we still have 78% battery, we're going to walk this way, and I'm going to show you the other bridge. So if you hadn't lived in Swaffham and you didn't know about this train track line, and you were just like a passerby, you'd never know this was here. And it can be really beautiful in the summer when you get all your flowers and that coming up. Obviously it is a very dirt, muddy path. Woo. And it does get a bit tight, and in the summer you have a tendency to have stinger nettles, which is always good. But you get birds. Sometimes you get squirrels hanging around in the bush. Plenty of open fields, so if you're going to see squirrels or deers or rabbits, it's the perfect place to see it. Or you can just watch the little birdies jumping around in the hedgerows, which is also kind of cool. So we're going to carry on down this ominous path, which looks like it goes nowhere, but I guarantee you at the end of this path is another bridge. Now this bridge is usually used by the kids to hang out with and drink and be unruly, which, to be fair, if they're drinking out here, they're not in the town centre making prats of themselves. I'd rather that, if I'm honest. It's completely near the roadside, so I hope you can hear me. Carrying on. It is just a lot of empty fields around here. It's just really unused property. The road is the main road to Norwich. So that heads to Kingsley one way, and then Thetford, Norwich, and all of that good stuff. So here we go. I don't know if you can see it in the distance. We're going to get to another bridge. I don't know much about this bridge. Obviously, it's a little lower. Looks beautiful and peaceful. It is. It is very peaceful. Apart from the cars. Thanks, Raven, the blue. You're welcome. So, tons of open fields, tons of noise around here. We're going to see whether we can get to the bridge because it tends to flood quite a lot. But we're going to see what we can do. But as you can see, it's a very overgrown, not a very used path, I must admit. But coming through here, it does creep me out a little. This one, more than the other one, even though there's a guy living under the bridge. As you can see, you got the bridge going right the way over. And someone's been playing with polystyrene balls. But, that looks good. Woo. And you just come under the train line. Look at this. Polystyrene balls. I don't know where kids get stuff nowadays. As you can see, you've got the old woo-woo. So if we just stand over here a sec and I just show you the bridge, as you can see, you know, it's a really nice bridge. Let me just stand a bit further back. There is silver balls everywhere. Silver balls. Polystyrene balls are in my shoes. So let's go out here a bit and we'll just show you. This leads to an empty field, which is fine. But you can see it's very overcast. So unless you knew it was here, as you can see, you got the embankment going all the way down. And it looks like this. That goes into a field where there is a gate over there to get out, but we're going to walk back this way because it's safer. We can always walk down the side of the caravans to get out. But let me know what you think. It's impressive that it's still here. Things like train bridges back in the day were actually built to last. Amazingly, they were always built incredibly sturdy. It does look like people have had fires under here, and what the kids will do is they'll make a little bonfire, as you can see. And they have a tendency to break shit. Bottles and stuff. And they got a little stick over here for some unknown reason. Bits of crap everywhere. It is an amazing train line. It's just sometimes you just wish that kids appreciated, you know, stuff a bit more. But what do you expect? They're children. Most children today aren't taught well. They all learn their shit from TikTok. And I have white balls in my shoes now, which is amazing. Thank you to the kids that did that. I don't know how I'm going to get them out of my shoe. We're going to carry on walking. As you can see over here, water tower in the distance. So let me know down below what you think of this walk. It's a very small walk. I mean, you could walk it slower. I mean, I've done it in 34 minutes. I mean, you could walk it slower. They do have massive open fields. I don't know if you're allowed in them. No one's ever said. But you can walk around an open field, I guess. Sometimes in the summer you do find people having picnics in there. I don't know how picturesque it is with the noise. But I've done a couple of walks. If you check out my Rambles with Raven playlist, I did a couple of walks during the pandemic. I was hoping to start a season, and then I got incredibly ill during the pandemic, and then I caught COVID, and ever since then it kind of knocked me. Breathing became a little harder, and I was having, I wouldn't say long-term COVID symptoms, but I was still having like breathing trouble, tired all the time, and it took a lot to get back to being able to do longer walks. Generally, an average walk I do will probably be, I probably wouldn't do more than 4 or 5 miles. I've done 12 before. That was a few years ago. Mind you, my sister wants to go for a walk at some point. I'm very unfit, I hate to say. During the pandemic, and me and my ex splitting and moving out, and I've lost 3 friends in the last year who've died. Things have been a little bit heavy on my heart, and I chose to eat. What I would love to do now is go back to the gym and start toning and working out. I don't know when that will start. I've got to look at gym prices, see how much a gym membership is. But there's a gym opposite my house within like a couple of minutes, and it's a 24-hour gym, so you can go there anytime, 7 days a week. My son said about taking me there to have a look at it. I'd love a gym partner. If I could find a gym partner. My son could technically be my gym partner, but he does work a ton of hours, and so do I. And I don't know if we could find a day each week that would coincide for him to help train me. My son was training to be a sports coach, so he knows all the nutrition, he knows all the exercises and what I would need to do to get to what I want, because he was training to be a sports coach. He now works in a care home, complete 180 change of what he's doing, but he's always got it in his back pocket if he so wants to. But during the pandemic, things didn't go right, and care became a big thing, and they were crying out for people. And at that time, he didn't have a job, so he went into it, and now he's a senior in a care home, being paid a shed load of money, mind you, per hour, and he does a really good job, so big up my son. But I could use him to train me, because I get out of breath quite a lot, and my back hurts quite a lot, for obvious reasons. I have a genetic spine disorder, and there's nothing I can really do to stop that. So the question is, do I walk back down the train track, or do I walk down there and walk along the main road? I think maybe we walk back down the train track. So we've come to the halfway point. We're now walking back. I think we'll walk down here. I got 67%. That should get me back to home. I think we're going to break out the emergency chocolate bar for while walking. But yeah, this is an adults only caravan park, which I've never seen before. I've never seen adults only ones before. Totally new to me. But it's a quick way to get from one side of town to the other, depending on what side you live. And I obviously live the other side, but things like Asda and that are like this side, so you'd walk between the two. So let me know what you think of the train track, because it's a beautiful train track, beautiful path. I would hang out and drink some beers. Me too. Eating emergency chocolate bar. Because Mama hasn't eaten today. And it's, I don't even know what the time is. Half 12. I'm running behind really for a Saturday. Although today is actually my day off. I thought I would walk the train tracks today. Because it's actually sunny. Look. Sun. Probably the first decent day of sun we've had all year. morning.
Come on.
Oh, little tiny ones. You know how much I love poochies. So, we're making our way back. We've done one end of it, and we're going to make our way back to the other, because I actually live down the other end. So I have to go back. Again, here's the train track part that they've redone recently to make it kid-proof. It doesn't work. Kids can still get underneath, I guarantee you. They're sneaky little bastards. And aside from the fact there's missing planks of wood, probably suggests they've already been down there. So this was technically council money wasted, as always. Way to spend your money. So, as you can hear, unfortunately, the cars behind me are a constant hum, day and night. It's a main road, what are you going to do? But I thought I would walk this, because I haven't walked this in about, I don't know, if you go back in my videos, it must be 18 months. I walked it before Christmas with my ex, because he wanted to see what they were doing to the bridge. Technically, that's a waste of your money. Yeah, basically. The kids are still getting down there. So, let's be honest. If kids want to get somewhere, whether it's boarded up or fucking chain fenced, they're getting in there. It ain't gonna make a difference. Teenagers will get into everywhere. But, yeah, excuse me chewing. Emergency chocolate bar. I haven't eaten today, and probably should have eaten before I went on the walk, but I brought the chocolate bar with me. So, left the dumb ones weed themselves out. Exactly, Anna. But, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to donate to the channel, that helps pay for the wear and tear on my shoes, because Eli has a car and he wants you to pay for the wear and tear on his car. I'd like to pay for the wear and tear on my trainers. Which are now... Good morning, Eddie. Yeah, kids get into everything. See, I love hearing the birds. For me, it's the birds that do it for me. All that pesky seagull. We get seagulls here all the time. I hear seagulls, yeah. Seagull. We're nowhere near the coast. We're about between an hour and 15 minutes from the coast, depending on how quick you drive. You could probably get to the coast in 40 minutes if you really wanted to. But we have a tendency to have seagulls, crows, ravens, pigeons, ducks, robins. Get a lot of thrushes and sparrows in the little hedgerows. During the springtime, you get squirrels. You might get the occasional mole, amazingly. If you come here at dusk, you sometimes get hedgehogs rummaging around, which is kind of cool. But it is beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful walk. People do live on the back of it. A lot of seagulls in Montana. There's a wild raven on my phone right now. Oh, thank you, Jay. So that there are paths going right the way through. And people do live on the back of this, including myself. My house is actually on the back of this trail, which makes it so convenient to go for a walk because it's at the back of my house. If you come out of my house and you walk down the side of the embankment, you can come straight to this. It's a bit deadly coming down the embankment, so I tend to walk around the outside and then come down. You know, safety first, mind you. But it is, if you look at it, it looks like you're out of a fairy tale on some little wandering path. So it's quite cute when you think about it. It is better in the summer and the spring, because along the side you got all your little flowers pop up, and then later in the season, in like autumn, you get your little snowdrops and your little crocuses and all that pop up, kind of like wildflowers as they call it. But I show you the train signal, the milepost, the bridges. Unfortunately, there's no track remaining at all. That was sold off or put into scrap, which is a shame. So we're going to carry on back down here, and I'm going to show you the bridge again. And if I can remember where the milestone point is, I'll show you that too, and the signalling. But yeah, there's no actual track at all. It was sold for scrap, mainly. The trains that used to run on here were also just dismantled and melted down, which breaks my heart, because I love train tracks. Hopefully you can hear me and that it is not too shaky for you. I'm using my phone today. I broke my camera, so I can't use my camera to vlog anymore, which sucks. So I'm gonna have to purchase a new vlogging camera. But for the moment, I've got my phone, and I don't have a windbreaker like Eli, because I'm not a complete twat. I don't have a dead squirrel next to my head, guys, just to show you. No dead squirrel, it's just me. I would put my ugly mug on camera, but the scenery is better than my face. My face is broken out in the mighty of all rashes. My skin hates the air conditioning at work, and it dries out so badly. And I've broken out with a cold sore, mainly because I think with the passing of my friend at the weekend, I just got low, and I think my body's reacted to that, being like, I didn't eat and I didn't sleep for maybe 3 or 4 days. You're not ugly, Seth. I'm not ugly, it's just that I don't want to be on camera if I don't look my best, basically. I got a cold sore, and I got a breakout called not being on camera today. I'm not ugly, God no, I'm stunning. It's just that if I'm not stunning, I don't want to be on camera. Still eating my chocolate. I'm trying to break it up in between talking. But look, this is right on my doorstep. Would you believe it? Right on my doorstep. Incredible where I live. I agree. Yeah. Now, if I'm not stunning, I don't want to be on camera. So having a cold sore on that. Ugh. I've put a bit of a dent in my filming, because I don't want to look, you know, less than my best. Raven has a reputation to uphold for looking beautiful. If you haven't voted in my YouTube short yet, I highly implore you to. I put a YouTube short up of vote for dress 1 or vote for dress 2. If you haven't done that yet, I highly implore you to go watch it. I am trying something new on YouTube shorts, where you pick my dress and then I keep it in my wardrobe, and if you don't pick it, then it goes to the sin bin and off to the charity shop, so I can buy some new clothes for my wardrobe. So basically, one item in, one item out. And so far, the sexy black number has won. But you can change that voting by going to my YouTube shorts, and it was called Vote Dress 1 or Vote Dress 2. And there's still time to vote. And then I'm going to put, next week, I'm going to put another dress and top up. And see what I can get. See which one's better. So, if you want to partake in my little thing, go check out my YouTube short. Put my wrapper in my pocket. We don't make a mess. So again, here's the signal. We missed the milestone post-its back there, but you can go back and watch it. But here's the signal. And this would be the signal that it was okay to go under the bridge. And as you can see, it's a really good structure. I've also amazingly walked down the side of it before. It's not the best idea in the world to do that. Unfortunately, it is slightly messy again. As you can see, it's not the most safest of areas anymore, and this, it makes it a mess. But in the summer, this will all be flowers. But if you look, it's stunning. Here's the train bridge, as you can see. It's beautiful. If you'd like to consider donating, that would be amazing for my time that I put into my channel. A PayPal, super chat, super thanks. Become a member so you can get all the behind the scenes stuff. There's quite a lot of behind the scenes member stuff at the minute. On the Couch with Tam is a member. Bodacious is a member. So if you want to join the membership and get my extra stuff behind the scenes, it's 99 pence. And you get the same content. But you get extra, obviously. You get all of this, plus you get extra. You get videos of the animals behind the scenes. You'll get extra bits of me doing taste testing and other stuff. There's a whole playlist for members only that I've done. But it is a gorgeous train track, though. So as we come down here... Excuse me. Pardon me. That chocolate repeats on me quite a lot, but I love Caramac. Do excuse me. So as we walk down here, you will see to the right is my house. I actually live on the back of it. So in the summer, when we're in the garden that's at the back of my house, you can hear all the kids coming down here on their bikes and walking. And this is a regular dog walking path as well. Quite a lot of dog walkers use this, and it's a connection between the campsite and the houses there, that if you wanted to go to Waitrose or Tesco's or something down this end of the village, you wouldn't have to walk right round the outside of town. You can cut through here. I wouldn't necessarily suggest walking it at night. I've done it a couple of times. I don't suggest walking as much as I love Swaffham, and it's behind my house. I don't think I would necessarily walk it at night, even though it does back onto my own house, and you'd like to think you trust people. Swaffham does have some peculiar people. I'll tell you a little story. There's a cafe in the town centre called Swaffham Peddlers Cafe. And it used to be owned by a gentleman called Al. Now, Al has now been convicted of being a sex offender. He got 5 years and 6 months in jail because he hired underage girls to assault them in the cafe that's in the centre of town. It was in the newspaper. It's all over Swaffham's Facebook that this happened, and this happened in Swaffham, in my hometown, in a cafe that I shit you not, I've actually been in. Yeah, he was hiring underage girls. He apparently assaulted a couple of them, made advances, promiscuous things, and they told on him, and he's actually got 5 years and 6 months in prison. So you never know who's around, even in your local businesses. He was a local businessman. He had a cafe. We'd been in there a couple of times. It was one of the first places we went to when we moved here because their fry-ups were really nice. And it turned out that he was a sex offender. He's now a registered sex offender. And we are Dragon. You've missed my entire walk. Look. Ravens left the nest. So if you want to give this a big thumbs up, share, comment, subscribe, become a member, 99 pence, get extra content, or donate to the channel. A PayPal, super chat, super thanks, all helps. It funds my trainers. Eli wants you to fund his car. I'd like you to fund my trainers because I'm wearing my work trainers because I only have one pair of trainers. That's how cheap I am. But this is a beautiful walk. It is more beautiful in the summer, and I did walk it in the rain earlier. You can ask Gemma. I was walking it in the rain. It was slightly raining earlier, and I was like, oh my god, I picked the wrong time to walk. It's raining. Lucky me. But this up here, I don't know if you can see the top window up there. See that top window right up there is where I live. So I live right on the back of this. That there is my garden, and then up there, that little window there and that little window there, those two windows, that is my bathroom on the right and my son's old bedroom on the left. Thank you to Dragon for a spot of tea and crumpets for the $20. Oh, thank you, Dragon. You can't see my face. Hang on. Hang on. Mwah. Thank you, Dragon. I'll put you on camera for a sec just because Dragon paid. But my house is just up there. Where is it? Just up there. I am the tiny windows at the top there. The two windows. That tiny small one is my bathroom, and the one on the left used to be my son's bedroom. It is now going to be my bedsit / office. It'll be a bedsit for my son to come over. It'll be an office to do my work in, and it will also be the home of either a bassinet or a crib of some description, or a pop-up crib for my grandchild in August. So there's that to look forward to. So thank you, Dragon, for the donation to my trainers, because I really should have 2 pairs. Now this bit here, this apparently was the old cattle grid. Apparently my partner says it was what they call the cattle grid, where they'd bring the cattle to load them on the trains and then they would go. Hence all this. Apparently you would have had the bars and everything of the cattle grids. As you can see, he'd be able to tell you more than I can. I'll have to bring him on a walk sometime, and he can tell you all the history of the trains, because he'd quite happily do it for me. And you can walk the train track with him telling you everything. Hey, Kaki Eli, this is a proper walking with purpose. Oh boy, it is. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. walking with purpose. We've walked down, you've missed Cucky Line. We walked down the entire length of the train track and back. Obviously, back in the day, it would have gone straight through. But this was the cattle grid to load the cattle on to go off to King's Lynn, which is where the track went to. I highly implore you to watch from the start, and then you can see everything. Thank you to Dragons, $20, which gives me £16.68 English pence. It's converted it into pounds for me, so it's $16.68. Thank you, Dragon. Question is, you can walk that way and we go over another bridge. That way takes me home. I've got 40% battery. Or we could walk through here on the industrial estate and I could nip to Waitrose. So let's go this way and then I can walk to Waitrose, because I need to do some shopping. So we're going to walk this way and go through what I call the industrial estate, which is what I live behind. I didn't know there was an industrial estate when I took the flat, because I took the flat overnight. I was offered the flat as emergency housing. And I said, yeah, I'll take it. And then I discovered I was behind a truck stop, a scaffolding yard, and an entire industrial estate. So you got trucks, lorries, engineering. You got loads of noisy stuff. You've also got the Eco Tower, which used to be part of the Eco Centre, which is a turbine which you used to be able to go up because it was part of the Eco Centre, and then that closed down. Now the Eco Centre was all about the environment, being eco-friendly. As you can see, there's another one there, and that was the one you could go up. You could actually go up it to the top. You could pay for that experience. The one over that side is on the way to Spall, where I used to live. Will I what? Ooh. Sorry, I gotta get my chat up. My phone's a bit dodgy around here because the signal ain't great. So you've got lots of industrial bits around here. You even got school. This is Swaffham campus. This is the school. I think this is the middle school. My kids never went to this because they were... Will you make a series? There is a series on here, Cuck Eli. Cuck Eli, if you go onto my playlist, there's a playlist called Rambles with Raven. Someone link him a playlist to Rambles with Raven. There's a playlist on my channel of me walking, and I've done quite a few walks over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. There's Rambles with Raven, where I do various walks, and then you can also check out vlogs, which is also a playlist, and they're vlogs I've done too. So I've done quite a few walks, but Rambles with Raven, I've done a walk round that train track again. I've done a walk to South Pickenham. I also did a walk around the walk going towards Spall, where I used to live, where we got to see the McDonald's walk, where we got to see all the sheep and the lambs during lambing season, which we're going to do in a couple of months. Lambing season is March to April, so we're going to do that walk so we can see all the lambs nearer the time. Once I know the lambings are there, we can go see them at a later date. I don't know when. We'll have to work that out. It'll have to fit in my work schedule as well, because unfortunately I have a very busy work schedule when it comes to like March and April, because a lot of people are taking the rest of their holidays from work, which kind of sucks, but it means more overtime for me. So, you know, you can't have it both ways, can you? But they'll have the lambs and that we can see, which would be quite fun. As you can see, a little wind turbine, and it's definitely going to rain at some point today. The rain clouds, but yeah, it's definitely going to rain at some point. I just don't know when. It's coming, unfortunately. So you've got all the estate, all the industrial bit. There's also a care home on here as well. It's called Iceni. My son used to work there before he went to the new care home he's gone to. But it is a quiet little place around here. You do get all the trucks that stop, hence having a truck stop at mine. But this used to be the green centre. They used to grow food and veg out the back. You used to be able to go into the thing and go up to the top. You used to have a kiddie play area in there. You used to have a little cafe. It used to be a really nice place. And as per usual, the council's idea of money is to stockpile it. See, look. Beautiful wind turbine. There's nothing more soothing than standing underneath it and wondering if it could crash on your head. I've actually stood underneath it before. Eli gets a small job and is unable to go on walks. He is so lazy. Yeah, I work full time. I've worked 4 days this week. I'm working 4 days next week. But I always find time to go out for a walk. If we go over here a minute, I'll give you a real sound of what the whooshing's like. This is a beautiful building and they could do so much with it, but as per usual, the council just can't be bothered to put money into anything. They'd rather stockpile it for, you know, unnecessary roadworks and doing something to the bridge that doesn't need doing. But if you come here, and although we can't go on the actual property, you can hear the whooshing, possibly. And you see the bit up here, you used to be able to go up there. You'd go up to the top and you'd have a panoramic view of seeing Swaffham. Used to be really good. You also got a police station over there as well. That's what we call our little mini constabulary. It's just a tiny little hellhole. So you've got a lot of little mini companies around here. Obviously you've got the school as well, which at different times of the day you can hear the kids yelling and screaming, which is music to your ears, obviously. Thanks again if Dragon is here for the $20 super chat. Dragon, you've been amazing this month. You're like my top donator. And I feel I need to do something for my top donator. I just don't know what. He must have donated, Jesus, $400 this month to me. And I can't thank him enough. I need something to do for Dragon in return, but I don't know what. And let's not keep it clean, people. If there's a video I can do for you, Dragon, of anything, if you want a sponsored walk, that you want me to do a particular walk that you've seen me do previously and you want me to do it again, if you want me to do some outfit of the days, if you want me to do some vlogging, if you want me to do a dedicated live stream to you, Dragon, for an evening, I'll quite happily do that. Let me know, Dragon. Let me know a video or a live stream I can do for you to thank you for the $400 you've donated this month. I feel I need to do something for my top donator as a thank you, and not just thanking you. I need something else. So, give me an idea of what I could do for him. Or Dragon, you nominate a video, a topic, a walk, you know, give me an idea of what I could do for you before the end of the month. I know the end of the month is like a week away, and I'm working 4 days out of that last week. And I've got a stock take next Sunday. And I'm also working the Friday and the Saturday. So by Monday, don't ask me for anything, because I'll be asleep. I'll be like dead to the wall. I'm actually working tomorrow as well. I don't usually work a Sunday, but I'm working this Sunday and next Sunday, because Sunday is stock take day. Which is great, because I've just done all the stock take modulars last night to get ready for it. Mummy's an A grade. I've done all my modulars before everybody else. Raven's not a kiss-ass. She's just good at her job. Let's not beat around the bush. I'm just good at my job. Now down that way, you have a doctor's surgery, and then you've got the care home that my son used to work at. And then you've got many little bits along here. If Dragon had donated to Eli, Eli would have attacked him on live stream. Yeah, how dare you, Dragon? I'm shocked you only gave me $400. He did his mods, and he would unsub, and he'd be very ungrateful. Yeah, I'm waiting for Dragon to like take all his money back and call me ungrateful. But I'm not Eli. If you donated right now £1, or like Bodacious does, where she donates £1.49 or $1.49, because that's what she can afford. I appreciate every donation. You could donate £1.49 a month to me, or just have a membership like Tammy does for 99p a month, and that would be enough. That would be enough for me. I don't need showers of money. It helps. You know, on days off where I'm not working, I still need to make money. And if that is by... let me sit here a minute before we make noise and go in the shop. I have to make money. So whether that is live streaming or working, if I'm going to live stream 2-3 times a week, Mama needs to get paid for it, because that's time that I could be spending doing Facebook Marketplace, Vinted, or I could be actually working that day. So I appreciate the money, because having not worked today, I'm still earning something. Hey, Maya's Paranormal. So even though I didn't go to work today, I still made $16.68, which you're going to say isn't great, but if I hadn't a live streamed, I'd have made nothing. And I'd have sat at home all day. And I probably wouldn't have got out of the house. It's not that I need paying to leave the house either. Eli blocked us up because he donated too. He said, what I buy with $2 in the Bay Area. Yeah, I did see that. You know, if someone donates $2 to me, in the UK, that's about, I don't know, £1.49, I think. You can't get a lot for $2 in the UK, but it's $2. And if everybody then donated just $2 to your channel, all the $2 would add up. So it's not about the money. I think people forget when doing YouTube that it isn't just about the money. It isn't. It's about the time and the appreciation that your members give you or your supporters give you, and the fact that they take time out of their day to come and watch you is important too, because no one has to watch this. I could be walking around town talking to myself. Would it make a difference? I might look strange. But I think there's a bench around here, and we're going to go sit on there for a minute because my back's hurting. I've walked quite a gloomy weather. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to rain, and to be fair, we did have spots of rain earlier. So I'm highly expecting like a downpour at some point. Wow. Is it OAP day? Did everyone decide to come to Waitrose today? We're gonna walk down this way. Must be OAP day. Is that a thing? Oh, Pancake Day is the 21st of February. Didn't even know that. Anyone else partake in Pancake Day? Oh, you know what else we might be able to pick up today? Might be able to pick up some more recipe cards. That would be kind of fun. So we're going to come over here a minute because my back's killing. And I was going to sit outside, but all the grannies are in the... all the grannies seem to be in the restaurant. But you've got trolleys all over this place. You've got trolleys right down here. I work retail some days. Yeah? So this is Waitrose, or Poshos as I call it, because I don't very often buy anything from Waitrose, but today I kind of need to buy some stuff. Now I don't feel comfortable filming in Waitrose, unfortunately. I think I'd probably get tackled. They're very snobbish in Waitrose, and they don't really like filming, and I've got 6% battery left, so we're going to have to, they're quite cute, so we're going to have to run this stream. Thank you to everybody who's turned up. Like and subscribe. Give it a big thumbs up. I've only got 6% battery, so... or 4%, so I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I'm going to go into Waitrose, do some shopping, and maybe I'll do a live stream this evening. Give it a big thumbs up. Support the channel. PayPal, Super Chat, Super Thanks. Maybe I'll live stream this evening, because I've got nothing better to do. And I will see you soon. Bye, guys.